Hi guys, I'm T. If you don't know my story, been an addict off and on for 15 years, sober 3 good years, and I am so proud of myself. So I wanted to jump on here and talk about the first couple videos I put out there. One about me going to prison, and then how I was sent to prison 1 week after I had a baby and served 18 months. And then about how I'm in active recovery right now. I wanted to personally come on here and thank the people who showed me a lot of love and support. People who are in active recovery and ones who probably don't even know what it's like, who also supports me and gave me a lot of love. And out of all that love, I received one negative comment, which I thought I was going to get a lot of hate, but honestly, I received a lot of love. I wanted to address that one negative comment. So it's basically a guy, he personally doesn't know what it's like to be in addiction. He only dated a girl who used. That's completely different. Yeah, you may know like certain signs on that person because every person is different, like the effects and the signs. Also, I wanted to say, yeah, he probably knows the lies and excuses, but he doesn't know what it's like personally. And he made the comment that I could tell you're still using. Well, first off, I would not come on here and share my story if I was lying. I wouldn't do that like that. And also, addiction is very hard to hide in front of another person who has lived that same lifestyle. So if I came on here and portrayed that I was in active recovery, I would be called out by people who are in recovery that could spot an addict from a mile away, even through a TV screen, because I know I can. So I would never do that, and it's just funny to me. And that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. He has his opinion, that's fine. YouTube is, millions of people watch YouTube. It goes all the way around the world. So I just wanted to kind of come on here and say that even though his comment didn't affect me, I just still wanted to share that piece that, I wouldn't come on here and portray a lifestyle that I am not actively doing or that I do. And I would be called out on it any day. Even by my family, even friends, like they would be like, girl, no, you're not. Quit lying. And I wouldn't. I'm out here sharing my story. It wasn't easy, and it's not something that I'm proud of. And it took a lot to make that video and share my story because it was not easy. I thought I was going to receive a lot of hate, and it turns out I didn't. And I feel good with my decision to come on here and share my story. I just wanted to address that small piece. I shared my story because I wanted to inspire others, because I know that in active addiction and in recovery, you could feel worthless, you could hate yourself, you feel like you're nobody, you feel like you're a POS, like all of those. And sometimes I still feel those feelings, like, the black sheep of the family, whatever. So that's why I wanted to share my story, to show that recovery is possible. So I do the court videos because I relate to them. I told those same lies, I made the same excuses, all of that. So I could relate, and I feel like I could give some good insight on the programs and things like that. That's why I cover court hearings. So you will also see prison videos and prison recipes that I'm going to start. And also, I've been to the Utah State Prison, and so Utah State Prison does their parole hearings live on Zoom. So I think it would be cool to cover the women that I lived with and know, and how, like, what they're like in prison, and give some insight into kind of like who they are and what they're all about and things like that. So I think that would be really cool, and I think I'm gonna do that. So if you see court videos and me covering some parole hearings, that's only because I relate to them and could share some insight. So I'm thinking about doing those. Just kind of wanted to clear the air. And then I want to jump back to my baby, having a baby 1 week prior to being sent to prison and serving 18 months. Clearly, I didn't have custody of him. He was, with the father. And now he's 4 years old, and you will never guess. And this is why I wanted to share my story, because there are a lot of us addicts, men, women, who have lost their children. And I think that's like the biggest thing that really affects us the most, is losing our children, not having those relationships with our children and all of that. Even if they are like 16, 17, trust and believe like you will be able to talk to them one day, whether you know where they're at or you don't. They will eventually figure it out, and they will come to you or try to find you and want to know like what happened and all of that. Some will, some won't. I can't speak for every child out there, but I'm just saying, have hope, because it could happen. Don't think that just because you lost them and haven't seen them in years that you will never have a relationship with them. Because then when you're in recovery, like, I really want to see my kids, I want to see them, or they don't know me. It's been years. Like, I don't think I'll ever have a relationship with them. I can't speak for every situation. I can't speak for every kid. But I do know that in most cases, those kids will come and find their mom or dad and want to know the story, want to know where they came from, everything like that. So just don't lose hope, okay? And just focus on you and what you could do to better your life, so that when, you do have the chance to meet your kids, you will be stronger, you'll be healthier, you'll be clear-minded, and you will be able to form a bond and relationship with the children you have lost. I promise you. Now, like I said, I can't speak on every situation, every kid, but for the most part, I feel like don't lose hope. Don't keep that in your mind like you'll never see them, you'll never have a relationship with them. Remain positive, because your mind is very powerful. So you want to keep your mind like in a positive state, that, and even put it out to the universe. I will see my kids one day. I will form a bond with them. Put that out to the universe, all your positive thoughts, because our minds are so powerful. And you put off negative, you're going to receive only negative. Okay? So just hold out hope and just put it out there. Yeah, I will see my kids. I will have a bond with them. And I will be stronger, healthier, and clear-minded when I do eventually get that chance to form that bond or see my children again. So please don't lose hope. It is possible. Now, I'm no expert, so every story is different. Every recovery is different. Everything is different. So just because what happens in my life doesn't mean it's going to happen in your life, but I want to, and that's just me being honest. That's just me. That's not me putting negative out there. That's just being realistic, because although we do want to be positive, you have to remain realistic as well. Do not lose that hope though, okay? I know that in recovery we could be really negative, like, I'll never see my kids. I'm the worst mother ever. I'm the worst dad, the worst father, uncle, brother, whatever. You are not, okay? Yeah, we had a crappy run, but guess what? Look where we're at now. We're sober, we're happy, we're healthier, we're getting stronger, and I feel like the addiction and the road to recovery, I feel like only makes us stronger. Because that's why I shared my story, because guess what? Addiction is part of me, and it's something that I overcame, and it's something that made me who I am today. So don't ever be ashamed of it, okay? Just remain focused. Look ahead. Don't look back. Put those positive thoughts out there so that you're getting positive back. I firmly believe in that. Our minds are powerful. Okay, so I shared my story because I had a baby 1 week prior to being sent to prison and having to serve 18 months. So as soon as I got out, I didn't see him right away. I didn't like anything like that. I want you guys to understand that the road to recovery isn't easy. It's hard. Okay? If you have lost your children or child, I want you to, even if you're just barely like getting into recovery, or say you're just recently released from prison, the road to recovery is not easy. It's hard. You're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. So it's important to, you probably want to see your kids right away. You probably want to get back into that mom role, but you don't want to put too much on your plate at once, okay? Because then you won't know how to prioritize everything, and, then you could end up just failing. And I know that sucks. And I know I've been there. Trust me, it took me 15 years, on and off for 15 years. Okay, if anybody knows, I know. Okay, and you have to build yourself up and make yourself stronger, have a clear mind, and have some recovery under your belt before you start falling into that motherly role or fatherly role, whichever. Okay, that's very important. Because I feel like, the short that I posted of my son that I had before prison, I feel like that all came out to me. His dad, if you don't know or haven't seen the short, every time I would get him, he had marks and bruises. So with that being said, further investigation happened. But I feel like that didn't come out to me until maybe November. Towards the end of November is when it all kind of happened. And I feel like everything happens for a reason, okay? So clearly something was happening over there. And I, in my opinion, feel like everything happens for a reason. And I feel like with everything going on with my son and his dad and girlfriend, whatever, I'm not really going to get into that. It's kind of new and it's something that I need to work through, and also my 4-year-old. But I feel like everything happens for a reason, because I feel like that didn't come out to me until I've had a few years of sobriety under my belt. I'm, doing very well. I have 3 good years sober, and I have a clear mind, I'm stable, and I'm doing very well. So I feel like that finally came out to me. That way I could step up and be the mother that this little boy needs right now. So I just wanted to add that little piece. I know I'm probably all over the place, and I'm sorry for that. But just know that I know losing your kids is probably the biggest thing that's ever affected you, because trust me, that is one thing that someone could get to me, is by my kids. But you have to focus on you and get you stronger and you better before you could fall into that role. Because if you're not ready, and if you're not strong enough, and if you don't have enough recovery under you, and you're adding all these things to your plate on top of being with your kids or taking them or being with them every day, I don't want you to pile too much on your plate. Tackle one thing at a time, but it's important to focus on you and get you stronger. Because if you're not, and if you just go straight into that role, then that's where the disappointment comes in. That's where you could just disappoint and lose them once again. And you don't want that to happen. I know you don't want that to happen, because I never wanted that to happen. Relapse is a part of recovery. You don't want to put too much on your plate, and you don't want to just go straight into being a mother or father again until you are healthy, until you are strong enough, until you have enough recovery under your belt. My message to you is just take one thing at a time. Build yourself up to where you're in a clear mind, you're happy, you're healthier, and you are stable in your recovery. I'm not going to keep going over and over, because I could continue to tell you the same thing over and over again, and I will. Trust me. So if I repeat myself in my videos, I'm sorry, because I do it. But I'm not really organized in this. As you could tell, I try to make a clear message, but I can't preach that enough. Just trust me. Before you jump back into being a mother or father, aunt, uncle, brother, cousin, whatever it is, you need to have some recovery under your belt. You need to be strong, happy, and healthy, and have a clear mind before you jump back in. Because if you pile all that up on your road to recovery and you end up failing because you had too much on your plate, and then everything's just falling out of place, or 2 or 3 things are falling and one thing's standing, and you just get too, overwhelmed. I'm no professional. This is just on my own opinions, my own how things have happened in my life, and my own my own knowledge of everything. So hopefully, one or two or more of you can apply this to your recovery and the words that I'm saying, and hopefully it helps you. All right, moving on. So, I was sent to prison 1 week after having a baby. He's 4 years old now. Okay? Bad things that have happened to him. We're working on that. We're getting through it. And guess what? He is with me full time. So me being sent to prison 1 week after having a baby. Clearly, I didn't have custody. Clearly, it took me a while to start seeing him and getting him back and all of that. But this is my message to you, is that it is possible to get your kids back. It is. Trust me. And no, just because bad things happen to him doesn't mean that that's why I got him. I already started the process before all of that came out. And I was seeing him and taking him every other week from Tuesday to Saturday. So I just wanted to put that out there. If that's because something bad was happening to him, you got him back? No. It was something that I was already starting a process for. Now I have him full time, and he's in my custody, and it feels so great. I feel like that, I'm stronger, have 3 years under my belt. I'm happier, and I live my life a lot differently. Do I ever leave my house? No. Do I have friends? No. Okay, my focus is me and my children, honestly, and clearly making content because, like I said, I wanted to come out and share my story to help others and inspire others and show that recovery is possible. And also, getting your kids back is possible, I promise. So, one quick sec. So, everybody, I want you to meet my lovely son, who is so amazing, who is happy, who is safe and healthier now. That mom is happier, safe, and healthy now. So here is a little monster. Say hi. Hi. So it's possible. Keep your head up, remain strong, focus on you, and focus the task at hand, okay? You got this. I'm proud of you, and thank you for all the love and support that I have received by sharing my story. It was not easy. It was very hard, but I did it, and we're here. I'm hoping to build a safe, supporting community on my YouTube channel. So if you are in active recovery, join me. Subscribe to me so that you could go on this journey with me, and that we could swap stories, and we could help each other, and we could be positive role models for each other. So that is why I wanted to share my story, to inspire others, to let you know that everything is possible, getting your kids back, recovery, all of that, living a happy, stable life. That's all possible. Okay? But it's not easy, and it's a lot of work. But guess what? It is so rewarding at the end. So join me. Subscribe. And we will have fun here. A safe, positive, supporting community. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that we could go on this journey together. Because like I said, this is a safe place, positive and supporting place. And I would love to hear your guys' stories as well. Even going live and sharing, our stories and how we overcome it, and build a strong network so that we could reach more and more people. Because that's what I want to do. I want to help and show that recovery is possible. So please subscribe, and till next time, bye.